and welcome to my second video about home tutoring. So I hope it's going okay, and if it isn't, then just take a step back to readjust and know that just because the first few days haven't gone very well, then it's not irreversible. My first tip is stick to a routine. Now, it doesn't have to be the routine that the school set out. That is a timetable that is just useful for some people. It might not be useful for you. But what I would say is make sure that there is a routine of some sort. So if you are doing your daily exercise, then make that the same time every day, so that the children know when they're going to go out and for how long. Second tip is to make sure that you do get out for that daily exercise. If you have a garden, then make sure that they are getting out as much as possible. The fresh air really helps them to learn, and it's another space in which they can just relax and calm down. My third tip is to limit the time that you are watching TV or listening to the radio or reading something out loud or whatever it is about the coronavirus. Children are like sponges, they just absorb everything that you think and feel. Any worries that you have about it, they're going to have about it. But what we can do is just try to alleviate some of that anxiety by limiting the amount of time that we are exposing ourselves to that information. My next tip is about using the computer. The internet is actually going to be your co-teacher. It is such a valuable resource and amazing. You've probably got lots of links that people have been sharing to different resources online to help your children to learn. But it kind of rolls into my next tip, which is about diversifying the activities and resources that you are using. So it might be really easy to start to become reliant on one or two resources in particular. If there are 5 different learning times in the day, then one can be on the computer, using pen and paper, going outside, and using chalk on a patio, paints, collage, junk box modelling, using lots of different things. My next tip is to start weekly projects. So, for example, Easter's coming up, so you might want to start a project that lasts for 5 days, and each afternoon they do something new to build towards a final product at the end of the week. For example, on the first day you paper mache the balloon. On the second day you do another layer. On the third day you paint it. On the fourth day you decorate it. On the 5th day you put lots of sweets inside and hang it up, and it can be like an Easter egg pinata. It will take different stages, but if you set aside time in the timetable once a day, every day for 5 days, then it will be done at the end, and the children will start to look forward to that time where they are working on something that's continuous rather than just going work, done, work, done. It's a slow process, but one that is very valuable at different stages, and then they get the final project at the end to enjoy. My next tip is to just teach how you teach. Just teach as naturally as you can. One of the most important things in teaching is actually listening to what's happening the other end, the learning side. So that feedback is one of the most important things. The more you are talking and communicating with your child about, like, have you tried it this way? Well, that's a difficult instruction to understand, isn't it? Let's unpick that. Be patient, take a step back, approach something differently. My next tip is to value the one-to-one time in which you can really learn how your child learns. And what that enables you to have in September is so much knowledge when they start back at school and come back home with a piece of homework that they don't know how to do. You can input what you already know about them to the new problem. So that's a really good thing. Help them guide their own learning. So if they come to you with a problem, try and have a little short burst of an input and then send them away again once they understand it, and hopefully what you might find is that they can then do the rest on their own, or you can do the 3 before me, using 3 different things before they use you as a source of information. Asking yourself, asking the environment around you, a book or a number line, asking an older brother or sister or somebody on Skype. So dipping in and out of a child's learning really encourages their independence, their resilience and their ability to recover from mistakes. Just don't give up. I think that is one of the main things that is going to be difficult, because everyone starts with so much momentum and promise and excitement, and then it can slowly start to unravel and unpick itself. Maintain a consistent level, give a sense of routine and consistency to the whole thing without trying to control every tiny micro moment of that routine and schedule. That will exhaust you. Happy parents are happy children. Look after yourself and your own well-being in order to be able to protect and nurture your children's well-being too. Okay, good luck.